You know that little voice that whispers, "I'll focus on my own feelings later." Well, have you ever stopped to think about what later really costs you? Today, we're diving into a really powerful framework from Alina Chamberlain called the 10 Levels of Ascent. Think of it as a roadmap to stop that cycle and get back to your own inner light, your own joy.
So this entire journey, it really kicks off by looking at a trap that is so familiar to so many of us. Chamberlain calls it emotional procrastination. It's that quiet, persistent whisper of, "I'll deal with it later." I mean, it sounds harmless enough, right? But it has a huge hidden cost.
And this is where it really hits home. That later we keep promising ourselves, it's not some beautiful oasis in the future. It's a desert, a place where our connection to ourselves, to feeling, to joy, it just dries up and withers away. The whole framework we're about to explore is designed to pull us out of that desert for good.
Okay, so to fight back against this desert of later, Chamberlain introduces a really interesting core concept she calls orgasmicness. Now, it's really important to understand this isn't just about what you might think. It's not purely physical. She defines it as a total state of being, your built-in, innate ability to feel fully, truly alive, and experience every single moment as a gift. The path to getting there starts with this really simple but powerful idea. Your body is a vessel. And just like any container, before you can fill it up with all this amazing new energy, which she calls radiance, you first have to clear out all the old stuff. You know, the tension, the old beliefs, the stuck emotions that are just taking up space. So, this clearing process, it happens in two major phases. We're going to start with the first one, which is all about building the inner foundation. This covers levels 1 through 5, and it's all about doing that crucial work on the inside before you can even think about projecting anything outward. And here is the roadmap for building that foundation. You can see how logical it is, right? It's a natural progression. We start with the body's senses, then we clear out the mental chatter, connect with our breath, learn to set boundaries, and then, finally, we completely transform our inner voice. Each step just builds right on top of the last one. Level 1 brings us right back to square one, returning to the body. Before we can even begin to tackle complex emotions, we have to relearn how to feel simple pleasure again. This isn't about chasing some huge, dramatic moment of joy. Nope, it's about finding it in the texture of a blanket or the taste of a cool glass of water. It's all about grounding ourselves in the physical world first. So once we're grounded physically, level 2 asks us to shift our focus inward, to the mind. You can think of this as a kind of mental detox. The whole goal is to start identifying those internal stories, what Chamberlain calls thought blocks. You know the ones, those persistent limiting beliefs that are just quietly draining our energy every single day. After working on the body and the mind, level 3 is all about connecting them through breath, using it as a tool to move through emotion. And then we get to level 4, where things get incredibly practical. We start to look at our external world to identify and, honestly, get rid of what Chamberlain calls joy thieves. You know, those draining schedules, those habits, and yeah, even those people that just suck the life out of us and destroy our inner peace. And all of this foundational work, it really comes to a head right here in level 5. This is all about transforming your inner dialogue. The goal is to consciously, intentionally replace that nagging, nasty internal critic with a supportive, loving advocate. This is way more than just thinking positive. It's about generating this powerful energy of unconditional self-love. All right, so once that solid inner foundation is built, the entire focus of the journey shifts. Now we move into the second half, the outward radiance. This is the really exciting part where all that energy you've been so carefully cultivating on the inside starts to flow out and actively shape your world. And this roadmap here shows exactly how that happens, how that outward expression unfolds. It kicks off physically with what we eat and how we move, then it expands into our creativity, at our relationships, and finally, it integrates everything into a totally new way of being. Levels 6 and 7 are all about embodying this energy, but with a really crucial shift in how we see things. So at level 6, food isn't just fuel anymore, it's seen as vibrational light. And then at level 7, movement stops being a chore or just exercise. Every single action becomes part of what she calls the dance of life, bringing a sense of rhythm and flow to everything you do. And this, right here, is where the magic really starts to happen. At level 8, all of that energy you've built up, it demands an outlet. It just has to go somewhere. so it begins to flow into the world through your unique voice, your creative expression. You fundamentally shift from being someone who just reacts to life to someone who actively co-creates their own reality. And from that amazing place of creation, that radiance, it just naturally extends to your connections with other people. Level 9 is all about what she calls relational resonance. You start to consciously infuse your relationships with this new, vibrant energy, and it creates this powerful, positive ripple effect of love and connection all around you. So, all of this climbing, all this work, leads us to the summit of the ascent. Level 10, it's called the Manifesto of the New Self. This is the ultimate integration of all the inner work and all the outward expression we've just talked about. And this quote, this really captures the ultimate goal. The point of all this isn't just to have more good days. It's about creating a permanent shift in your consciousness, making this elevated, radiant state your new default, your new way of being in the world. Chamberlain gives this final integrated state a name. She calls it unity and radiance. It's the complete merging of everything you've cleared out and everything you've cultivated through all 9 of the previous levels. This is it. This is the true destination of the entire journey. So we end up right back where we started. If putting your own feelings off until later really does create a desert, then this whole framework leaves us with one really powerful question. What is your first step, no matter how small it might seem, out of that desert and back into the aliveness of your own life today?
You can find the electronic version of book She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain at wishforlove.org.